There are many videos on YouTube teaching you how to left stick dribble. Knowing how to left stick dribble is one thing, but knowing how to use it effectively in game is another thing. This is the reason you watch a couple of videos and then you go play your game. You see immediate improvement, but then you are back to square one. And we are going to fix that today. There are 3 steps we have to follow. The first step is to recognize space. As you can see in all of these examples, we are able to beat defenders and create spaces for ourselves, because the whole point of being able to dribble is to create space for yourself, so you can either pass the ball, beat the defender, or take a shot on goal. You don't necessarily have to always beat players like prime Lionel Messi. For this very reason, you have to first recognize the space. Then the second step is to know which dribbling modifier to use. And then the third step is the most crucial one, which we will discuss. As you can see with Bale, I used control sprint, I used strafe dribbling. Now with Patry, I am using control sprint. Now with Alexia, I did an L1 touch, then I did an L1 triangle. With Bale, first time cross. Why am I doing all of this and why is it so automatic? But when you are playing the game, you have to think of doing this. The moment you think of doing something, you get slow. Here with Martins, see how many players are we able to beat. Then we scored this broken goal, but we were able to create this space by combining 2 overpowered moves on this game. Skill moves and left stick dribbling have to go hand in hand, otherwise you cannot create space for yourself. There is no single dribbling modifier that can be used in every situation. If I tell you always use control sprint, then I am wrong. If I tell you always use agile dribbling, then I am wrong. If I tell you to spam skill moves, then I am wrong. Instead, you have to get good at understanding the game, and this is exactly what is the goal of this video, to teach you how to understand the game, so then you can decide which dribbling modifier to use and which skill move to use at the appropriate time. I have already discussed these dribbling modifiers before, but just to recap, guys. L1 is strafe dribbling. The ball stays really close to your feet. It is great to use on the first touch. Then we have control sprint dribble. That is when you hold R1 and it is called the control sprint dribble, right? This is how it looks like. You use control sprint dribbling when you have a pocket of space in front of you or around you. Then we have L2 plus R2 agile dribbling. You use this kind of dribbling to hold up the play or perform quick snappy turns. Then we have close control dribble, which is L2 plus R1, and this is basically a very slow dribble and the ball will stick to your player's feet. Then we have the normal left stick dribbling, where you gently move the left stick like this, and this, no matter what anyone on YouTube tells you, this is still very viable, as I'm going to show you right now. With Di Lorenzo, what do? I hold control sprint. As I have enough space between Hamsic and Kvaratskhelia and I want to beat the press, we know that R1 control sprint will keep the ball closer to our feet, but we will be faster than if we were to just use the left stick. So we do exactly that to beat his press, take a couple of touches. Then we end up passing the ball to Gareth Bale. With Gareth Bale, we hold the L1 on the first touch, so the ball sticks close to our feet. And then we hold R1 again. We are control sprint dribbling with Bale to see what our opponent is doing. I see that, okay, he is not marking me. I tell Di Lorenzo to run. Once Di Lorenzo is running, what do? We use a normal left stick dribbling touch to turn away. Then we pass the ball back to Patry. With Patry Kijaro, we use R1 dribbling again because we have the space, right? Do a first time lob pass to Bale, first time cross, end up scoring the goal. I used all of these dribbling modifiers, R1 dribbling, normal left stick, strafe dribbling, to create space. My goal wasn't to beat any of his players. Instead, I was just looking at the pitch, knowing where the space is available for me, and then I would choose the best dribbling modifier to exploit that space. But dribbling alone cannot take you to the next level on this game. You have to use skill moves. This is where combining left stick dribbling with skill moves comes in. This is the third step, combining left stick with skill moves. See here with Martins, I have space in front of me. I do a step over, I sprint, I then do left stick dribbling, then I do control sprint dribble, then I end up taking a power shot. You have to know which is the exit direction of the skill move. First, I bait him into trying to tackle me by using a left stick touch away. Okay, then I see, okay, he thinks I am going to go up, then I turn back inside. That is when he switches off of his defender. Now I have space between these two. If I just sprint, I will have a heavier ball contact. I don't want that. So I do step over straight to exit in that space. And then I do a player lock fake, which is L3 plus R3 towards Jorginho. He thinks I'm going to pass the ball. I cancel it. I use the left stick touches again. Then I see, okay, I am being pressed. I use agile dribbling to take a quick snappy turn away. I use R1 dribbling towards the space and then finally end up scoring the goal. This is advanced left stick dribbling to create space. With Theo, we sprint. Then we use control sprint to slow down. We use agile dribbling to turn, agile dribbling with Alexia. With Liao, we use a left stick touch, and now I have space between these two defenders. I know the exit direction of the reverse elastico. If I'm going to perform the reverse elastico, it is going to exit between these two players. That is the animation of the reverse elastico. And I do exactly that. I end up scoring the goal. You have to memorize what every dribbling modifier does and what is the exit direction of the overpowered skill move, such as the ball roll, as the step over, and the reverse elastico. Similar thing here with Jorginho. I take an L1 touch just so the ball stays close to my feet as I am being pressed by two players. I let go of L1. I hold R1, control sprint dribble. I see that he's coming close. I let go of that. I take a touch inside. Then I see, okay, I have space between these two players, reverse elastico, and I end up taking a successful shot on goal. This is how you need to program your mind to be able to spot spaces. Okay, there is no single thing that you can spam on this game. 2 plus 2 doesn't equals to 4 on an FC25 or any iteration of this game. Develop your analytical skills and develop your muscle memory.